Indian Council of Council of Sangeet Natak Academy, Indian Council of Cultural Relations, and Raja Ram Mohan Rai Library Foundation. And may I request you, sir, kindly deliver it. Welcome.
Namaskar. Respected Dr. Y.D. Tokchi Sahab, eminent Assamese writer, respected Abhiraj Rajendra Mishra ji, Shriram Parihar ji, all the participants of this program and friends. I am glad to welcome all of you for this edition of Yuva Sahiti, the Rise of Young India. Friends, Yuva Sahiti is Sahitya Academy's platform in 24 languages recognized by it to enable the young writers from those languages to express themselves. For the past few years, the Academy has been running this program series successfully, and many participants in this series have gone on to become very eminent writers. And Yuva Sahiti has become an integral part of Festival of Writers over the past 6 years. We included Yuva Sahiti in the festival with the primary objective of providing opportunity to the young writers to interact with the award winners and other eminent writers, poets, critics, and learn from them. However, Yuva Sahiti in this Festival of Letters is different. This year's festival has a running theme to commemorate the completion of 75 years of India's independence in August 2022. So as part of that theme, this Yuva Sahiti is all about the role of young writers in many languages in India's independence movement, and also the emergence of young literary talent post 1947. Vast number of young writers led by Sri Aurobindo and Subramanya Bharati. Just to give two examples, dive deep into the independence movement in the 50 years leading up to India's freedom in 1947. They stirred the masses through their fiery writings and invigorating speeches. These writings by the young authors of India mark the beginning of New India, whose hallmark will be defined by the young talent in many fields. These writings galvanized the entire nation and glued the varied traditions and communities of India in the purpose of to defeat the British by peaceful means. They succeeded in driving the British rulers out of India without waging any bloody wars, but through the might of their pens. That was the time when the world took note of India's youth power and realized that the saying "pen is mightier than the sword" was not a mere slogan or attractive quote. That success cascaded into successive generations and decades in the post-independent India, and that resulted in young people taking to serious literature in droves. So this relationship between young writers of India and independence of India as well as freedom movement was mutual. Each shaped the other, and the result was exotic literature emerging out of India in all the languages. Most heartening aspect of this development and growth of young writers brigade for the past 5 to 6 decades has been the emergence of thousands of writers from the rural spaces of India. They took to writing like ducks to the water. Today we have lakhs of young women and men writing stories, novels, poems, plays and criticism. It is gladdening to note that but the current position would not have been achieved without the first 4 decades of independent India, when the young writers experimented with the new genres and formats. They resulted in Indians, not only writers but readers too, adapting to the Western genres, and soon the young writers of 1990s and 2000 started producing literary creations in the genres such as fantasy and speculative fiction, and excelled comparable to the best in the world. Not that fantasy or science fiction did not exist earlier in India, but the sheer number of productions and the highly improved quality of writings by the young writers who were pursuing different careers catapulted India into the global arena in those genres. It is also heartwarming to note that many young people have taken up translation among Indian languages and also into the foreign languages in a very serious manner. This only augurs well for the future of Indian literature. Friends, Sahitya Academy, India's premier literary institution, has a number of programs, schemes and projects for promoting young writers of India in all the 24 languages recognized by it. All of you know about Yuva Puraskar in 24 Indian languages. I mentioned about Yuva Sahitya platform. Sahitya Academy issues travel grants in 24 languages to young writers to enable them to acclimatize themselves with the literary and cultural traditions of the nearby regions of India firsthand for the projects they are working on and meet scholars in that region. Academy also has a scheme called Navodaya, through which the aspiring writers can publish their first work in the original language through Sahitya Academy. These are some of the schemes and programs Academy has as per promoting young literary talent in India. And those young writers wishing to avail any of these or wanting to know more can approach the Academy office their place and benefit. Friends, I take this opportunity in welcoming the chief guest of this morning, Sri Eshe Dorji Tongji ji, eminent Assamese writer and scholar who has kindly agreed to deliver the inaugural address, and he wrote several awards and several international awards of excellence. Besides, many of his short stories made into TV serials, and he is the recipient of Sahitya Academy Award, Kalaguru Bisharava Award, the highest literary award of Assam Sahitya Sabha, Pulchand Khandelwal Award, Bhasha Bharati Award, Vasudev Jalan Award, etc. With these few words, I am glad to welcome all of you for this program once again. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving a great platform to the young upcoming writers to enrich themselves in the literary arena. Friends, as you know, dream is not what you see in sleep. Dream is not what you see in sleep, but dream is something which does not let you sleep. So, we often, as the Secretary Sir rightly pointed out, that to encourage the young talent, we have been introducing time and again many schemes to give them a platform to show their talents and to exhibit their innovative talents. So thank you so much, sir, for presenting welcome address. Now may I call upon and request Sri Eshe Dorji Thongchi, eminent Assamese writer and member of General Council of Sahitya Academy, to present his inaugural address. Before that, of course, sir has already introduced you to the August gathering, but I have a few things with the permission of Chair. Eshe Dorji Thongchi is an Assamese writer, hails from Itanagar, holds a master's degree from Guwahati University, knows English, Hindi, Assamese, Bengali, Nepali, Tibetan and several tribal languages of Arunachal Pradesh. He started his career as Arunachal Pradesh State Civil Service Officer and later inducted to the Indian Administrative Service, served various positions all over India. He penned novels, short stories, children literature. His novel, as Sir rightly said, Sona, was won the Rajat Kamal Award and many other national and international awards. The novel Mon Out Mukhar Hurday won him the prestigious Sahitya Academy Award in 2005. He has also been felicitated by many reputed organizations of both the national and international. With these few words, may I request you, sir, kindly deliver your inaugural address.
Respected Secretary, Sahitya Academy, Dr. K. Srinivas Rao, parts of India who are members of Executive Council and General Council of Science Academy, young writers of India who have assembled here. Now, since I have to address to the young writers, let me talk to young writers instead of my address to the union writers. Dear young writers of India, I feel great privilege to be amidst you who are amongst most young talented writers of India, writing in different Indian languages and in English. You have come here to participate in the Young Writers Meet organized by the Science Academy, the apex literary body of India, and so you must feel it your broad privilege to be here today, to make yourself here for giving your creative writings. You also could make yourself eligible to participate in such prestigious literary meet because for your writing you must have made a essay already in the literary field in the language in which you are writing, and must already holding a bright future for yourself in this arena. So I congratulate to you all on this feat of achievement. Since last 2 years, the world is going through an unprecedented crisis rarely seen in human history. The crisis, whether it is worldwide COVID pandemic or the Russian aggression over Ukraine, is man-made. The first one is inflicted through creation of fatal virus, FOL-COVID, and the second using the lethal weapons both against the survival of humanity. The world leaders have stopped so low that they have become harbinger of destruction. We all suffer in some or other way from the COVID pandemic. Many of us have lost our near and dear ones. The literary world has also lost many of the literary luminaries in COVID epidemic. But we are yet to recover fully from the pandemic, and it is still uncertain how long the pandemic will continue to wreak havoc in our life. Amidst this pandemic, the attack on Ukraine by Russia, creating another world crisis, is condemnable act. Under such circumstances, time now use your pen in a keyboard, whichever format you use to write against such creation of human crisis and try to bring peace to the world and sense of wisdom amongst the perpetrators of human tragedy. My dear young writers, the future is yours, and it is your duty to make the world more livable, more peaceful, and more wisdom-oriented, where men can live their mental health in more dignified way and with the feeling of brotherhood. You have just taken your pen and paper or a laptop or desktop, and as a writer, you should always follow your own instinct to become a writer. I am an Assamese writer in my introduction, but by birth I am not an Assamese. Neither was Assamese language my mother tongue. I was born in a small tribe called Setukpen. Knowing the meaning of it. Only when we reach the higher classes, we could somehow start speaking broken Assamese and could learn to write, making sentences ourselves. It is in this stage, while I was reading in class 9, I could jot down few lines of poem in my exercise book and secretly sent to a children's magazine published from Guwahati of Assam. We did not have paper to practice our writing, as there was any stationery shop in Bongila where I was living, a small town of Nepal, nor we had any money to buy paper and pen. The exercise books were supplied free of cost from our school, and every page of it was accounted by our teacher for its optimum use. Our Assamese language teacher was generous enough to me as to allow me to write ordered class and homework, and later when that poem was published in the children's magazine that brought red laurel to our school, and everybody were rejoicing on that day. From then on, I was given extra papers from school to indulge in more creative life. The condition of other states might have been far better than ours, and still not like this rich atmosphere you have started writing. Things have progressed immensely now, and you are living in the age of advanced technology, and every kind of facilities are in abundance. You have the internet facility and have social media to indulge in practicing writing. In our days, there was a lack of magazines where you can publish your writing, and even after sending your writings to such magazines, we have to wait months together to find out whether our writings would pass through the strict scrutiny of the editors and got published. Few days ago, I was reading in one of the magazines where famous Assamese poet Jibon Nora narrated how he cycled down to Kolkata every day for 3 months to find out whether his poem got a place in a wall magazine published every week in one of the literary institutions of that town. Today you can publish your poems, your stories and articles, and even novels in one place in Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagrams. They would not have to go through the strict scrutiny of any editor or censorship. And you don't have to wait months together to get it published or rejected, as happened in the times when we were writing. You don't have to hide your writings from your parents, friends, teachers, and from other people till it gets published in some magazine and become public. The moment your finger touches the K button, it gets directly transmitted to internet and become viral immediately. People can immediately read what you have written and give their comment, likes, etc. And you come to know the impact of your writing on other people. People smile. Many new writers have emerged of their first writing in the social media platform and later publishing their writings in book form. Such instances was found in Assam very recently, when one Rupam Datta, a night bus driver, used to post his fiction in Facebook and became quite popular amongst his followers. He later published that fiction under the title A Life of a Driver, and become instantly bestseller and become highest bestseller in the history of Assamese book business till now, and the great trends in dissemination in books. In Assam, there are 2 such mentioned word books, Gita and Bhattacharya, that kept the readers' interest alive in acquiring new books during the lockdown periods. And although the other business has troubled book business, especially literary books, was sold in good numbers in Assam during lockdown period. No doubt, many predicted the end of
इस साहित्य उत्सव 2022 में आप सभी विद्वानों का हार्दिक स्वागत, अभिनंदन। साहित्य अकादमी ने हमें यह अवसर दिया।
And his stories of I often looked at my grandma. A